Storms kill at least 19 in 4 states as spate of deadly weather continues. Next breaking news: deadly storms turn northeast with 68 million at risk of severe weather on Memorial Day. Next breaking news: Tim Scott pushes back against Biden's insulting ad targeting black voters. Next breaking news: ex-White House aide targets Haley for choosing to bend the knee to Trump. Next breaking news: the Apprentice Trump biopic shut out a can. Next breaking news: Israeli military says it killed 2 senior Hamas officials in Rafah strikes that left at least 35 dead. Next breaking news: George Conway predicts Trump won't be unanimously acquitted in hush money trial. Next breaking news: hundreds of thousands lose power as storms slam the country. Next breaking news: severe storms in Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma leave at least 11 dead. Next breaking news: Libertarians pick Chase Oliver for U.S. president as Trump Kennedy rejected. Next breaking news: weather alert day for severe holiday storms in Maryland. Next breaking news: over 75 Oakland firefighters battle for alarm fire at lumber yard. No injuries. Next breaking news: San Francisco Carnival shares culture, fun times with Bay Area families. Next breaking news: Boston sends PWHL finals to decisive Game 5 with dramatic 2-0 win over Minnesota. Next breaking news: Cyclone Remal blows away thatched roofs, cuts power in Bangladesh and India. Next breaking news: audacious, outrageous Gaza protesters slam Greek deportation order. Next breaking news: South Africa universities face Israel scanner as government backs Palestine. Next breaking news: U.S. elections, Joe Biden is the best president that business can hope for. Next breaking news: a growing number of students rely on free school meals. What happens in the summer? A growing number of states have implemented free lunches for all students in recent years, making the school year easier for families who are food insecure. But this summer is a different story. Next breaking news: over a third of Texas counties are under a disaster declaration. Over a third of the counties in Texas are under a disaster declaration after extreme weather battered much of the state Saturday night and into Sunday. Next breaking news: Indian diaspora divided as Modi's office lobbies U.S. fans to influence vote. The WhatsApp message arrives with a colorful infographic highlighting numerous achievements from Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decade-long rule. It includes a succinct comparison of statistics on the economy, education, healthcare, welfare schemes and infrastructure development between the period under Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party and the previous government of the now in opposition Congress Party. Next breaking news: Israel bombs yet another Gaza camp. It had declared a safe zone. The Palestinian Civil Defense in Gaza says the death toll from an overnight Israeli attack on the tents of displaced Palestinians in Rafah has risen to 45 as the attack sparks condemnation across the Arab and Western world. Next breaking news: death toll in Israeli attack on displaced Palestinians in Rafah rises to 45. Gaza officials say the death toll from Israeli airstrikes on a camp housing displaced Palestinians near Rafah in southern part of the Strip has risen to 45. Next breaking news: North Korea plans to launch satellite by June 4th. Japan. North Korea has notified Japan of plans to launch a satellite between May 27th and June 4th, after putting its first spy satellite into orbit at the third attempt last November. Next breaking news: scarred by war, Myanmar children cannot have the life they used to have. Ever since she witnessed a Myanmar military airstrike on her school in February, kindergarten teacher Misar has been haunted by the memory. Next breaking news: Israel's war on Gaza. Live news: Rafah carnage prompts global condemnation. Israeli forces have bombed a tent camp housing displaced people in a designated safe zone in Rafah, killing 45 Palestinians, most of them women and children. The attack has triggered an international outcry, leading to calls for a ceasefire. Next breaking news: more than 100 killed in 2 weeks of fighting in Sudan's El Fasher, MSF. More than 100 people have been killed in just over 2 weeks in a major city in Sudan's Darfur region, an aid group has said, as the Sudanese armed forces and allied armed groups are locked in fierce fighting against the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. Next breaking news: military labs do the detective work to identify soldiers decades after they died in World War II. Offutt Air Force Base, Neb. Generations of American families have grown up not knowing exactly what happened to their loved ones who died while serving their country in World War II and other conflicts. Next breaking news: man throws flaming liquid on NYC subway, burning fellow rider. New York. A man set a cup of liquid on fire and tossed it at a fellow subway rider in New York City, setting the victim's shirt ablaze and injuring him, police said Sunday. Next breaking news: Joseph Newgarden wins Indianapolis 500, first driver to take consecutive wins in 22 years. Indianapolis. Joseph Newgarden put his cheating scandal behind him to become the first back-to-back winner of the Indianapolis 500 since Elio Castroneves' 22 years ago and gave Roger Penske a record-extending 20th win in the greatest spectacle in racing. Next breaking news: U.S. Olympic break dancers ready to show off the sports community and culture at Paris Games. To longtime break dancers, the sport is so much more than flips and tricks, and it's that culture that aspiring U.S. Olympians are eager to take to Paris this summer. Next breaking news: Sunx plan to make 18-year-olds do national service grabs attention on UK election trail. All 18-year-olds in Britain will have to perform a year of mandatory military or civilian national service if the governing Conservative Party wins the July 4th national election, the party said Sunday. Next breaking news: weapons are on the way. U.S. lawmakers tell Taiwan during visit Taipei, Taiwan. Weapons that Taiwan has ordered from the United States are coming, a senior U.S. lawmaker said Monday, as a bipartisan House delegation met with the Beijing-claimed island's new president. Next breaking news: Papua New Guinea says landslide killed more than 2,000 people. Melbourne, Australia. A Papua New Guinea government official has told the United Nations that more than 2,000 people are believed to have been buried alive by Friday's landslide and has formally asked for international help. Next breaking news: China holds rare summit with U.S. allied South Korea and Japan. Seoul, South Korea. China's premier agreed Monday to revive three-way cooperation with South Korea and Japan in the face of shared challenges, but issued a veiled rebuke against the two countries expanding security cooperation with the United States. Next breaking news: billionaire Peter Thiel says AI boom will make society favor people with strong verbal skills, not math skills. Billionaire investor and PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel warned that artificial intelligence would upend the jobs market, placing roles that require mathematical prowess at risk while ushering in opportunities for those with strong verbal skills. Next breaking news: Elon Musk's XAI raises $6 billion in Series B funding round. Billionaire Elon Musk founded artificial intelligence startup XAI has raised $6 billion in a Series B funding round, which was backed by investors including Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia Capital, among others, the company said in a blog post on May 26. Next breaking news: China sets up $47.5 billion state fund to boost semiconductor industry. China has set up a new state-backed investment fund with registered capital of 344 billion yuan to boost the country's semiconductor industry. Next breaking news: China's industrial profits rise 4.3% in January-April, unchanged from Q1. Profits at China's industrial firms rose 3% in the first 4 months from the same period last year, official data showed on Monday. Next breaking news: Samsung encouraged to invest more in China. Premier Li Qiang says Chinese Premier Li Qiang told Samsung chairman J.Y. Lee on Sunday that China welcomed further investment by the Korean conglomerate, state news agency Xinhua reported, as foreign businesses in the Chinese market struggled to navigate geopolitical uncertainties. Next breaking news: China's premier to hold rare summit with U.S. allied South Korea, Japan. Leaders from China, Japan, and South Korea will meet for the first three-way talks in 4 years on Monday in Seoul, as they try to revive trade and security dialogues hampered by global tensions. Next breaking news: China's premier hails new beginning with U.S. allied South Korea, Japan. Seoul, Chinese Premier Li Qiang praised what he called a restart in relations with Japan and South Korea as he met their leaders for the first three-way talks in 4 years on Monday, agreeing to revive trade and security dialogues hampered by global tensions. Next breaking news: suspect arrested after 6 stabbed, including 4 girls, in separate attacks. Massachusetts police say are likely connected. A suspect was arrested Saturday after 6 people, including 4 girls between the ages of 9 and 17, were stabbed in separate attacks that Massachusetts authorities say are likely connected. Next breaking news: U.S. European nations consider vaccinating workers exposed to bird flu. Chicago, London. The United States and Europe are taking steps to acquire or manufacture H5N1 bird flu vaccines that could be used to protect at-risk poultry and dairy workers, veterinarians, and lab technicians, government officials said, moves influenza experts say could curb the threat of a pandemic. Next breaking news: America's military has the edge in space. China and Russia are in a counterspace race to disrupt it as Russian forces rolled over the Ukraine border in the first moments of their invasion. Another, less visible onslaught was already underway, a cyber attack that crippled internet linked to a satellite communications network. Next breaking news: China premier agrees on cooperation with Seoul, Tokyo, but issues veiled rebuke against their U.S. ties. Seoul, South Korea. China's premier agreed Monday to revive three-way cooperation with South Korea and Japan in the face of shared challenges, but issued a veiled rebuke against the two countries expanding security cooperation with the United States. Next breaking news: North Korea plans to launch a rocket soon, likely carrying its second military spy satellite. Seoul, South Korea. North Korea on Monday announced plans to launch a rocket apparently carrying its second military spy satellite by early next week, drawing quick, strong rebukes from neighbors South Korea and Japan. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for getting latest update of United States trending news and top stories about